On the second day of logitrans fair, we have a guest from Galata Taşımacılık, who's the founder and CEO of Vittorio Zagaia.
Yeah.
And for the listeners, first of all, could you please introduce your company to our listeners?
Sure. Our company has been founded back in 1997 with the joint venture of one of the oldest Italian freight forwarding houses, which is Albini Pitigliani. And it has been 22 years now that we have a successful partnership with Albini Group. And we are acting in Turkey as a pure freight forwarders and logistics services provider.
Mm-hmm. And in which areas you're generally serving? I mean, you have a large scale of service, right?
Okay. Well, at first in Turkey we are based in Istanbul as headquarters. Then we have our branch offices in Izmir, in Bursa. We recently opened our liaison office in Ankara. Mm-hmm. And besides this, we have our cargo terminal office in the new airport, as we close the other one. And we also have our logistics hub, very close to Istanbul, of around 14,000 square meters, which is a bonded and non-bonded warehouse. Our primarily services are land freight, air freight, sea freight, and intermodal transports. Mm-hmm. And we are supporting these services with the local logistics services we are providing to our customers, like distribution, picking up, and add value services within the warehouse.
You have almost everything.
Well, in 22 years we achieved to do many things.
And it was a tough year, 2019. Yeah, for the transportation and logistic industry. Can you evaluate the situation there?
Well, I recently got one of my interviews, which I made, I think, 5 years ago. And I was clearly stating that we have a very tough 5-6 years coming. And apparently, I wish I was wrong. So yes, 2019 was a difficult year as well. But I think in Turkey, we are pretty much used in managing difficult situations. Sure. Because for the last 2 decades, Turkey has been somehow negatively influenced from many things which they do not necessarily need to be created from the inland, but everything which also happens in our geography, because we are in a sensitive geography. Sure. So it has been very tough. For some industries it was even tougher probably, and some less. But somehow both 2018 and 2019, it has been 2 years that we have been pretty okay by handling the things the way they were coming.
Mm-hmm. And this is the question, the same question for your company, not for the industry.
Well, we have one important strategy in our company since day one. Mm-hmm. We have been dealing in any year, no matter how the year was going, such as tomorrow there can happen something that could negatively impact on the business. So for us, every year is a crisis year. Mm-hmm. So this is how we are managing our company, and this is how our management team and our employees are used. We always want to go with the safer strategy as possible to reach the end of the year and start the next year. If I have to be honest with you, 2019 has been a year that we have even reached our targets. Because in our company we have an important distribution of the risks in many industries. Galata is not a company that is only focused in 1 or 2 industries. We are focused in many industries. We are focused not only in import but in export. Our departments, which are running different transport modes, are almost competing with each other. Which means, like, if today you want to do only air freight, Galata system is like an air freight company. If you want to run only a land freight department, Galata system is based on being like a land freight company. So even the departments are in competition with each other. And one of the most important things, in the last 10 years, we have heavily amplified our geography. We have more than 16 destinations we are going by route. We have important participations in networks besides the Albini and Pitigliani network around the world, which is enabling us to reach every possible country and every possible city of that country where there is a business interaction with Turkey. We have made important investments in our company on the technological and workflow systems. We have even made physical investments like buying 50% of the partners of ours in Tunisia, and we are expanding in a very strategical way. This is enabling a continuation of the business no matter how the economical situation is, let me say, affected from local and international political and economical aspects.
And the question, what kind of organizational structure you have, integrating all the sides of your business, your department?
You mean as a company?
Yeah.
Well,
because you have land and air transport and sea, and you said that they are even can compete each other.
Absolutely.
And they must be some very well integration among them, right?
Well, first of all, we are using the technology in a very sufficient way so that we are following everything on a data that is giving us all the feedback we want to see and all the past and present situations about every single customer. On the other hand, we have a management team that is very senior because we are known in the market for having the less employee retention. Our employees, they do not work less than 15 years in our company. So this is bringing also a culture. This culture is also bringing a synergy and a synchronization in the workflow. So we have our top management, and then we have our micromanagement system supported by the operational and sales team that are almost daily exchanging with each other the information. So we don't double call the customers, we don't double inform the customers, we don't necessarily keep on continuing calling from different aspects, the customers, different operation departments, and etc. And one of the important things is like we implemented the CRM department like 16 years ago.
16, right?
16 years ago. The people, they were making fun with us when we were doing this department, and they didn't know what was going to happen. Now everybody's talking about CRM. 10 years ago, we implemented the Galata Education Department, the Galata Academy. Now everybody's talking about Academy. I mean, I think we followed the international developments very closely, and we adapted them according to the Turkish mentality, to the Turkish culture, to the Turkish way of doing business, always trying to make an improvement in getting, at the end of the day, the customer happy.
And seems it works, huh?
Well, I have to be honest with you, it worked up to now, and it will probably keep on working. The only thing is that whatever we talk right now is already old, because there is something new happening right now. So it's very difficult to catch up what is happening, all this technology and all these changes. The most important thing, I believe, for a company to maintain its position in the economical frustration moments is to, first of all, create the base in a very safe way, and to invest as much as possible to the employees. We invest a lot to our employees. They are the most important asset we have. Actually, they are the only asset we have, and I think our success is coming from our employees.
And as a last question, I will ask about the expectations from the next year, 2020.
Okay, well, I think the world has hit pretty much rock bottom. Turkey has demonstrated to be a very flexible country. That's why every moment of collapse always came with a very strong rise. And I'm very positive about 2020, unless something uncalculated, uncontrolled, unexpected, which can happen, may occur. Other than this, we will keep on investing. We are planning to open 2 more offices in Turkey, within Turkey. We are looking after making an additional investment, mostly in Africa, We are increasing our presence in Africa dramatically and very strongly. I'm very positive. We have recently started our multimodal, intermodal department, and we are also very positive about the feedbacks we are getting from our customers. We have received our first hired containers, and we are planning to order the new ones. So I believe that whoever does his profession right has always have a greater chance to survive comparing to others.
Thank you very much for your
Thank you for your time.
Valuable information. Thank you very much.